The computer as teacher tools. The computers provide us different uses and give us advantages and convenience, especially in education. This helps not only students but also teachers to make their works easier with the use of its applications such as gathering and creation of information, creating or viewing videos, recording and generating sounds, audios and music, creating and presenting presentations, getting and viewing images. These are some examples of uses of computer as a tool. Some ways in which a computer is used in education is that instead of writing on a board, writing notes, or projecting in an overhead projector, we use computer to create a presentation shown in front, wherein this file is stored in it and can be copied by the student. You can also create PowerPoint presentation for delivery of discussion in class and for presenting assignment. And for faculty who does not have access to computer in the classroom or does not feel comfortable with giving PowerPoint presentation, they can simply create presentation by printing them out and creating overhead transparencies of the slides. You can also create PowerPoint presentation for the delivery of discussion in the class and for presenting assignment. And for faculty member who does not have access to computer in the classroom or does not feel comfortable with giving PowerPoint presentation, they can simply create presentation by printing them out and creating overhead transparencies of the slides. You can also create PowerPoint presentation for the delivery of discussion in the class and for presenting assignment. And for faculty member who does not have access to computer in the classroom or does not feel comfortable with giving PowerPoint presentation, they can simply create presentation by printing them out and creating overhead transparencies of the slides. You can also create PowerPoint presentation for the delivery of discussion in class and for presenting assignment. And for faculty member does not have access to a computer in the classroom or does not feel comfortable with giving PowerPoint presentation, they can simply create presentation by printing them out and creating overhead transparencies of the slides. You can also create PowerPoint presentation for the delivery of discussion in class and for presenting assignments. And for faculty member who does not have access to a computer in the classroom or does not feel comfortable with giving PowerPoint presentation, they can simply create presentation by printing them out and creating overhead transparencies of the slides. For many teens, the internet has replaced the library tool for doing research for significant projects. Almost all online teens use the internet to do research for school. 94% report using the internet for this purpose. When asked to think the last big report they wrote for school, 71% of online teens reported relying mostly on the internet sources for their research. 58% use the website set up by school or a class. Almost one-third or 34% of all online teens have downloaded study aids, and 17% created a web page for a school project. With this survey, it is a clear manifestation that internet is very useful in helping the student in their problem at school, especially in their research works. It makes their work easier and save their time, for the internet can show information needed by just one click of the mouse. The internet is very helpful as an instructional tool as long as the users are well directed on using it, or if it is being utilized as an aid in school. Learning with computer and internet. With the aid of computer and internet, learning becomes more fun, interesting, and collaborative. A vast source of information is available and can be accessed through internet, which are very helpful in the entire teaching and learning process, where teacher and learners can create, store, manage, disseminate, and retrieve electronic informations. Use of internet in distance education. Distance education is different from traditional education. Distance education is that educational information and instruction is taught to learners who are physically distant from the source of the information and instruction. Distance education, also called distance learning, provides learning chances to people who could not afford time or money for traditional classes or who live in remote areas far from schools. Because of the expansion of the internet in recent years, the internet has become the most important tools for delivering distance education.
Using internet for authentic activities. As a tool for communication, the internet has become for many Americans and others around the world as a major channel for communication. Three of these tools for communication that internet users take advantage. First, email. Second, instant messaging. And three, asynchronous discussions. For email, email is known as the electronic mail. This is a type of communication through the electronic communication system. Messages are typed, sent, stored on one's computer, and retrieved. Message can be composed and sent to multiple addresses. Messages that are received can be forwarded on to new recipients. Billions of emails are sent out throughout the world every day and received within by the recipients, usually within moments. Teachers' parents communication tool both in elementary and secondary. Instant messaging is another tool with which to communicate online. It's more instantaneous than email. Body list or can create list of contacts. A user can also send videos, images, files, links to websites, and sounds. Asynchronous discussion, educational online tool by which instructors and students can interact via discussions without the constraints of time and classrooms. Requires students to provide their own reflections or critical analysis of the topic being discussed. The benefits of using the internet as a communication tool. It gives students the opportunity to take some time to process their thoughts before replying. Encourages social interaction. Encourages learning. And promotes sharing. The internet as a tool for inquiry. There are 10 tips which is designed to improve the human element and better skills to internet searching. First, use unique specific terms. Use the minus operator to narrow the search. Use quotation marks for exact phrases. Don't use common words and punctuation. Capitalization, drop the suffixes, maximize autocomplete, customize your searches. Use browser history. Set a time limit that change tactics. The internet is also useful as instructional tool. It says that, for example, in mathematics subject, mathematics educators are challenged to consider the internet as contributing to actual instruction through opportunities for students to interact with real-time data, a context which engages them in playing mathematical principles. Virtual manipulatives, which allows students to manipulate objects on screen and observe the effect of the movement. In this hands-on environment, students can actively explore abstract concepts from number to ratio to linear equations. We have the webcast, in which students investigate a real-world problem by finding information on the internet and reaching a conclusion through mathematics applications. A growing repository of shared problem set created by educators as both practice and challenge for their students. When accompanied by prompts and solutions, this can serve as tutorial functions. In conclusion, a technology has proved a source of games, and glitch can paradoxically serve the role of instructional tool in the mathematics classroom. Interaction with real-time data. Students working with such data operate in ideal contexts for investigating applications of mathematics. They connect to real-time statistics, then explore the mathematical questions presented with teacher guidance. Virtual manipulatives. This refers to interaction with an online subject. Computer-generated objects are manipulated through some user's interface. Students move these on-screen objects or change parameters that affects the object's image and immediately observe the effect of the interaction. Webcast. In these web-based units, students investigate a real-world